stun, which means that it's basically 0 damage on the ultimate, and you can still run out afterwards. So even though you would get stunned for the same amount, it is definitely better to avoid it. Because, well, during the stun that you apply yourself, you can't get damage, and the ultimate does quite a bit of damage. So especially for Guan Yu that's not in mid lane, because we've seen Guan Yu's in mid lane and they do quite a lot of damage, but someone who's just supporting in side lane doesn't really do a whole lot of damage with his basic attacks or even his skills. Only his ultimate is really something to worry about, and he did get a very easy dodge there with the Aegis Amulet. So anyhow, yeah, even though the enemy team got quite a bit done, they're still not going for Gold Fury, which we can see, of course, because there's a ward on it from our team, and we are just going to well, kill some minions, because for the moment there's nothing better to do. There are no champions in lane as far as they can see, because everyone is in the jungle or in base. And actually, if they went for some well, obviously they don't know where the enemies are, but if they went for some kind of aggressive move on well, a target, a good target like Gold Fury, Fire Giant, they would have gotten it, because the entire enemy team just retreated to base and was outside of the lane, and that just makes it it's very hard to, well, to defend, because by the time you run in, Gold Fury, for example, would already be dead. Fire Giant is a different story, but there are no wards on Fire Giant, and of course they don't know that, but, well, it's kind of hard to determine that. It would of course be nice if one of these games decides that wards do not see each other. You cannot remove wards, but yeah, they can only be used, well, you can only have, for example, 3 wards on the map, because that would make that the control over the map is not dependent on when you place the ward. It's kind of a, yeah, a strange concept maybe, but wow. He got no one. So using the ultimate there, the Aris, but he got nothing out of it. Well, he got a few, what are they called? The abilities out of it, actives, abilities, whatever. Which is great. I mean, that's good enough, I guess, because that means that nobody can go invulnerable against something else now. Well, none of these 3. So obviously there were more champions there now, and oh, once again an invulnerability. Yeah, Agni had 2, but he is still going to die. Agni had the beats to get out of the Ares ultimate and the Aegis Amulet to become invulnerable. So that's what happened there. He first used his beats to deny the Ares ultimate, and then finally he used his Aegis Amulet to become invulnerable for that second part. And we finally get a kill again. It has been a little bit, and we're going to recall here. No, come on, take down that tower. Yeah, as soon as someone runs in, it's okay, because, well, as soon as someone starts tanking that tower damage, it's easy to take down the tower, of course. But it does mean that the Ares will have to go home now to heal back up. At least I think he's pretty low. But as you can see, 3 enemies dead, and they are going for a tower. Sure, that's nice, but it would have been way better if they just went for that, either the Fire Giant or the Gold Fury. But I guess they were too far away. Yeah, that can't really be. There was like a 25-second cooldown on the respawn, so they could have easily been done that. And a big fail here on the speed boost. Has to do it all over again. He ran out of range a little bit too far, and then yeah, when the buff returns to its position, it loses, or yeah, it loses all damage on it, so it basically heals up instantly. And that is of course a big difference with how Dota, for example, is played. Because Dota is played very much by pulling out minions, and then especially Dota 1, because in Warcraft 3 that was just a very good tactic to pick up big jungle camps without taking any damage. And holy crap, that's a lot of things going down, and we do die here. And let's just control the camera then, because I want to see the rest of this team fight. There's still someone in trouble here. It is Ares. Ares 1 versus 3. He is just going to walk out of that. Of course, with Guan Yu having nothing in the basis of damage, it's not really a problem. And yeah, so that went into a 1-for-0 exchange for the enemy team. Not really a big deal. It could have been way worse, but the enemy team not focusing a second target. And this is exactly what I meant. Even though there were, like, I think all 10 champions or gods or whatever were there, they didn't really focus anyone beyond the first guy. They didn't get anything out of that except for the first one. And yeah, Loki, dude, they can see you. Yeah, I had a Loki doing that 2 days ago to me. He thought that I couldn't see him, so I just shot him in the face, and then he realized, oh, maybe he can see me. Oh, fuck, I'm at half health now. Yeah, that was pretty funny, but that's what Loki players do normally. They tend to hide out a little bit and just try to get some sneaky damage in. But it doesn't always work out, because if someone spots you and they shoot you in the face, yeah, you lose about half your health. If, well, your enemy at least has a decent amount of damage. I mean, of course, not everyone has the same amount of damage. And getting shot in the face by or someone using a skill on you is not nearly as frightening when it's, for example, the Guan Yu in this game, who hasn't really farmed a whole lot, because he's a support. But it would be scary if Agni found you, for example, because if Agni found you and he gets the stun off, then you pretty much die instantly. And by pretty much, I mean, yeah, you should. So yeah, that's the difference, and of course there's a whole range of possible outcomes there. But normally, yeah, Loki just sneaks up on people, tries to get that done in the only way he knows how, which is just to be sneaky and go invisible and try to, well, just run up to people and kill them. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it really doesn't work out. 17-10 now. The gold is still pretty much equal, which is surprising. There's 2k gold advantage for the team that's 7 kills behind. They did pick up the Gold Fury, so yeah, there's that. But they're also 3 towers ahead, and yeah, that makes that, all in all, every tower is worth about, oh, a kill and a half, I guess. Let's say 2 kills. So you have 6 kills right there. I guess 5 to 6 kills. Right there, just from the tower advantage, and then you have the Gold Fury, which also adds a kill or 2. So yeah, that would put them ahead of this team. And of course the minions, but yeah, we can't see the minions, which is kind of unfortunate. Because even though I know why they don't do it. They don't want to make this a game where it's all about the farming, but it's not a game that's all about the farming. It's just information that I would like to have, both in-game and as a commentator. Because it is useful to know how well people are doing in their lane, and well, so how much gold is coming from their laning phase, and how much damage. Oh, that was a beautiful ultimate from Monkey. But yeah, we would like to know how much they actually get from, well, things in their lane and how much they get from kills and the global objectives, basically. So we are in a little bit of trouble. I don't know how Agni did not land anything there, because it isn't that hard to hit the fat guy. And the enemy team can actually go for another Gold Fury. They can also just go for this tower right here. And the tower is going to go pretty low, although, well, we're still a little bit, well, on the defense here. It seems that that Hercules wants to make something out of this. But the tower is going to hold for now. It is very low though, and low towers normally don't really live very long lives, because towers have very low HP. You can pretty much just one-shot them at any time, at any point in the game. As you can see, they have a couple of 100 hit points. I don't know exactly how much, but like 800. And considering that the minions have, I don't know, like 500, you can see how 800 is not that big a deal. So yeah, if they tripled that, the game I think would be more interesting. And the game wouldn't even last longer per se, because now you can take out a tower on your own with one minion wave in, yeah, kind of the mid game, kind of 15 minutes in. You can take out a tower with one minion wave with most champions. The thing is, that's generally not how you want to, how you want your game to play. You want your game to play as a grouping up, and yeah, kind of doing team fights all the time. And now it's just, yeah, you're kind of just promoting people to be careful, and yeah, that does not make for good gameplay. Anyway, I don't know if I finished my thought on why they didn't, or why they don't provide me with the minion, yeah, the minion count. But I think my point was just that, yeah, knowing your amount of minions will not change whether or not you're going to lane longer. Yeah, anyhow. Yeah, lots of things going on. We are going for the monkey here, and monkey running into the safety of his towers. Do we still have anything? No, we don't. Oh, there's our skill coming up, it seems. Oh, very nicely done. Beautiful invulnerability there from the monkey. Exactly at the right moment. He hears the sound cue and he knows that I need to use it now. And exactly at the right time, it goes down. He doesn't take the damage. He doesn't take the poison. And basically, you have to be very lucky afterwards to actually get the kill, because he needed, I think, 2 more basic attacks. And yeah, if your first one lands exactly at the moment the invulnerability stops, you can still do it. But yeah, he missed his shots, so yeah, there's that. Anyhow, 21-14 now. The gold is pretty much equal. There's 600 gold between them, but you know, when you're at 57,000 gold, that really doesn't matter anymore. It's more about a few thousand gold that would matter here. Normally, 10% gold advantage is a big deal. Anything under that is, well, if you have 9%, it's still a decent deal. But if you have like 1% like now, yeah, who cares, man? Who cares? 1% is not going to make a difference at all. Plus, you of course have the thing. Oh, we're finally going for Fire Giant, it seems. Oh, taking out the ward. And they can't do Fire Giant now because the enemy team just had a ward on there still. I think they, yeah, they must have they warded inside of the Fire Giant and not that outside. So yeah, we are going for the minions here. The minions, which are of course still a big source of income. And Agni is just clearing out the whole minion wave easily, and we are going to have to share the minions a little bit. With 3 champions in the lane, yeah, you're going to share the gold quite a bit. The gold in this game, of course, does not go to the one with the last hit. It is split amongst everyone that is close to the minions. And if you get the last hit, you get a little bit of extra gold, but that is why they have no minion count. Because, well, most of the gold that you get, especially in low level games, is from minions that die around you, not minions you actually killed. But it would be nice to have some kind of pop-up, or the ability to have some kind of pop-up, which showed me minions I actually killed, minions that died around me. So kind of passive gold leech, then the gold over time, the kills, kills, assists, and global objectives, so like Gold Fury and Fire Giant, and maybe, yeah, that would be nice to have, because then I, as a commentator, would have a little more insight into where the gold is coming from for some of these guys. We are going to be in a big team fight. My computer really doesn't like it, or rather the game really doesn't like this, because it doesn't actually lag, it's just not as smooth as it is in game. So still some work to be done there, it seems. The invulnerability, oh, it's not good enough. He's not going to survive, and once again we lose a team fight here. It seems that the enemy team is firmly in control over these team fights, although they are still behind in kills. But they are going to go for Fire Giant right now. And even though there are wards on this, it doesn't matter at all. Not even a little bit. So yeah, there is still a ward on this, but I'm pretty sure nobody can come in to steal this. No, this is going to be down before these guys are even close to it. So this ward, even though it's yeah, cute, is not really necessary. But maybe they didn't know whether they had the entire enemy team covered. Huh, look at that. There's actually a layer here. That's actually the roof. Cute. Sorry. Had to check that. Had to check out what's beneath the surface, man. Can I do that here as well? Yep. You can actually look in. It's entirely made of air. Cheap ass set building, man. Not even real stone. Anyway, the enemy team seems to be in control here over the team fights, as I said. They are doing a great job of not dying in those anymore. And even though they started off with a pretty big deficit in the kills, they are currently only 4 kills behind, so it's not a big deal anymore. And here we go once more, team fight, and the red team really just cleaning up. It seems that even the Xbalanque ultimate is not going to matter. We are going to go with Xbalanque once again to see how desperate this looks, because all these guys are full health except for the crocodile. And yes, Sobek is of course not really a good target. Even at low health, he's not a good target. Especially if he's in the back of the team. So yeah, we are going back in, and obviously we are in a little bit of trouble here. 2 phoenixes have been killed, and the minions are going to stream in a moment. They're going to be super minions. Oh wow, lots of damage going down by Loki, but Loki not actually managing to get a kill before he dies. And the Phoenix is once again under attack. The funny thing is that's only with left. So here it's Phoenix, but it's only with well, no, with the right, sorry, with the right side Phoenix. And yeah, there you go, an instant kill on the Minotaur. Very nicely played. Definitely a decent game from both teams. It's just that the one team was ahead in kills and the other team was ahead in gold, and that is just very hard to deal with. 10 and 5 on Agni. Kind of expected that, because he is normally very good at getting kills while not getting killed. And especially the gold, yeah, that's what we normally see very high on him. 16,000 gold. Of course he is a mid laner, but if we compare that to our mid laner, he only has 14,000 gold. So there's a big difference there. Of course, the 14,000 is still the highest on the team because he's a mid laner, but yeah, well, he couldn't really compete with that anymore. Look at the amount of wards they have. Enemy team also have wards, but it's important to have wards in that that last part of the game. But yeah, nobody really carrying this team. I guess the 8 and 5 from Loki should have been able to do it. 6 and 4, of course, yeah, it's also able to do it, but it's nothing compared to 10 kills, because 6 and 10 kills, yeah, that's still a big difference. Of course, Loki also was behind on farm, and yeah, well, no real like champion that could kill someone every team fight, and that's what Acne does. I mean, Acne just spams a whole lot of damage in there, and then makes it virtually impossible for you to come back from that as a team. If you take too much AoE damage, then you lose so much HP from the entire team that nobody can really go in safely without getting killed, and well, that's where his strength lies. So we do have gold per minute here now. Creep damage, yeah, who cares about that? Yeah, I would really be interested in not only gold per minute, but also gold from minions, as I said, gold from global objectives, towers, Cold Fury, Fire Giant, and then gold from kills, for example. Although the gold from kills, you can pretty much see that from the amount of kills you get. It's a pretty good estimate. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.